TXTM. Did you double your money this week? It's up 100% on the day, so just off of news. So I don't know. I may wish I hadn't got out of it because it's holding. It looks like it's trying to hold its price, and the next few weeks will probably determine what the stock's going to do. But I've been in this stock over a year. I can't remember when I first bought in, but I've been in this stock for over a year, and it doubled in price just overnight, just off of news. But the news has been out there, the rumors have been out there for a while. So this is the point of my video today is sometimes just having some patience and just waiting, just patiently waiting. Because you'll see rumors out on Twitter, you'll see off a company website they'll talk about, well, they're considering negotiations with this company. But let's get into this and start talking about this. So the ticker's TXTM. Protex Mobility Incorporated. Protex Pharma, Incorporated, FKA Protex Mobility operates two wholly owned subsidiaries. Plenday Biotechnology, South Africa, and Cannabis Biosciences Incorporated. This is, if you've been following some of my videos in the past, if you're a subscriber, you probably have heard me talk about this, but it's been a while since I've talked about this stock. Plenday Biotechnology SA has the exclusive worldwide license to develop pharmaceutical applications and products using the phytophar catchin complex, which was developed by Plenday Technology Incorporated. I apologize if I'm probably boogering these words up. I'm just old country boy trying to pronounce some of these, and I've never heard them pronounced. So phytophar, I'm going to go with that. Phytophar is a highly bioavailable extract produced from live green tea leaves. Phytophar catechin complex has been clinically known to have 10 times greater bioavailability over generic catechin extracts. Cannabis Biosciences has developed a proprietary processing and extraction technology that utilizes live plants for producing a full profile cannabis extract that contains the precursor acid form of THC A and THC-B found in live cannabis plants. The company has conducted investigations in SA, South Africa, which has shown that the Cannabis Biosciences extraction process using live plant material and low temperatures to extract the phytochemicals leaves and the acid form of the THC intact. So they are an advanced CBD company, CBD marijuana pharmaceutical company. They released news. Well, here's their Twitter account if anybody's interested. I'm going to leave all this information. I'm going to leave the links down in the description as always. Like I say, I don't get some of these guys talking about stocks. They'll talk about stocks, but they won't give you the links so you can go do your own research. You might want to go verify what they're telling you is true, and that's why I leave the links in the description. But anyhow, here's their Twitter account. I'm going to leave you a link for that. And they released some news. Well, first let me show you what it did on the price today. So 9 hours ago, so around opening of the market. They released a news: Republic of South Africa Medical Marijuana Dispensaries Acquisitions LLC, RSAMMDA LLC, completes acquisition of Protex Mobility. So they were acquired by another company, and on this news release, June 13th, 2022, this is a historical video. This is history. This is stock history, penny stock history. So they released the news, and on the news release, look what this stock did. I mean, a straight shot up. Now, I had been in it. I've been in it over a year. I guess from when I started seeing tweets about the rumor of a reverse merger. So back in October, if you'd seen this right here and you took this to heart, which there's a lot of people now, I've seen a lot of tweets, but anyway, Protex Mobility announces signing of letter of intent to acquire Premier Vodka brand. Okay, so this got a lot of people's attention. A lot of people bought into it way back, actually before October, when the rumor was going on. So they've been acquired by a pharmaceutical, and I don't know that this company was even the letter of intent to acquire on a vodka brand prestigious category. I've not followed the full history of this. I bought it back before this even come out. Like I said, I've been in it over a year. I've been in this stock for a little while. I've had to wait on it. But there were rumors that there was going to be an acquisition or a reverse merger or so on. You know how it goes. People tweet and stuff, talk about stuff. Actually, I've seen a few people get in trouble over that on Twitter. You got to watch what you tweet. SEC doesn't like certain things to be tweeted, but the stock jumped. Actually, it's over 125% today on the day. So just off of news. So and I, like I said, I've seen people in Twitter, they've been down in this stock. They've been saying, "Oh, this stock is garbage. Just all this stuff you see, all these rumors are lies. You guys are buying garbage." And I don't know. I mean, you know, some of these stocks may be just shells and just, you know, just rumors, and maybe somebody's idea. They're wanting to start a company, and things sometimes they don't work out, and things just don't work out. But and sometimes some might be scams, you know, like that Squid crypto that just kind of disappeared, just went poof. Everybody was so excited about. But I really think this company's. I think they're really going to go somewhere. They're actually, you know, releasing news. They'll do tweets and stuff. So here's the Twitter. And, you know, the last tweet was 12 hours ago. You know, but it's not, you know, real regular, everyday, every week stuff. But they do release information to kind of hold your attention. And I bought into this thing, and I thought, well, I'm just going to sit on it. You know, if I lose a little bit of money, you know how I'll put $500 in it or put $1,000 in it, and I'll just sit on it. If I make money, I make money. If I don't, I'll lose it. But or I might lose a portion of it, and I'll get out and go into something else. But you know, it's overnight 125%. Right there's the receipts. So I wasn't going to get that kind of receipt off of my money in a savings account. As I always say, your bank is not going to give you that kind of receipts. Now, granted, these penny stocks are a risk, and I'm not telling you to buy into it. If you're watching this video, You need to do your own research and make your own decision and trade for what's right for you. Like I always say, keep what's important. Keep your roof over your head. Keep food on the table. You know, keep your lights on. It's like in the 90s out there, right here in East Tennessee today, and it's going to be going to be hot all week like this. So I mean, you know, you got to keep your lights on. You know, when it's hot, you got to keep your AC running, and it's winter time, you got to keep your heat on. You know, you might burn firewood, that'll save you a little bit, but that being said, you got to be realistic about this stuff. This could have very well just went down to nothing. It could have, but they worked a deal out with this company. There was an acquisition. They got purchased by another company that does cannabis. So cannabis is here to stay. It's getting very well accepted. You're seeing it if you go into a tobacco shop. You'll see cannabis. You'll see CBD. You'll see the THC, A and B. I think A and B is legal. C is not legal because there's some side effects or whatever, so they wouldn't approve the C. But and if I'm wrong on that, I don't care if you correct me. It's not going to hurt my feelings. So correct me down in the comments. I'd rather the truth be told than Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I want to tell you guys the truth, and it's just the reality of it is it is a risk to trade these penny stocks. It can be a risk. You got to sit down, got to look at what the company's doing. Are they releasing information? Are they pink current? If you go back over here, they're pink current. They're releasing financials. Okay, they're releasing their financial information. They're consistent about doing that. So that's what I mean about they're keep releasing stuff. They're staying current. So they're doing everything to help the company and help the stock that they can do. Okay, you could go out here and you can disclose. You could show their disclose or see their disclosures that they report to the SEC. So I feel good about this company. I mean, it's got a lot of good things for it, and yes, I sold out today on that because I didn't know that it wasn't going to drop again, and it looks like it's holding. According to this screen right here. It looks like it's holding. It was choppy today. So I don't know. It's been up and down. So if it comes down, if it tomorrow or on later in the week, if it comes back down to like 2 or something, I may jump back in it. I've got some money. I mean, you can't. Something you got to be aware of when you're trading these stocks. There's like a 2 or 3 day leeway. So if you sell a stock, like I did today, and if you don't have any extra money to put in besides what you just made off of that stock, when you buy the next stock, you are obligated to hold that. E-Trade will let you go ahead and buy in with that sale, but it takes 2 to 3 business days for the money to clear. So you really don't have the money yet till all the transactions is cleared from the other exchange, wherever the other where the person bought the stock from you is at. There's some electronic interchange that's got to happen through the nighttime processes, and it might take 2 or 3 days for everything, the transactions settle. So what E-Trade will do is, like, if I went and I turn around and I bought another stock today with that same money, which I did not, I still have it set in my brokerage account like it's savings. I'll get a message. It'll pop up. It says, if you sell this stock within the next 2 or 3 days, you will be in violation of a gentleman's agreement rule, which therefore we will lock your account for 90 days, and they will do that. because the money funds aren't settled, but they will let you use it because they know the money's coming through. They won't let you be reckless enough where you go and jump and buy into another stock and then you're going to sell in another 2 or 3 days, whether you make money or not. I mean, what they're afraid of is you could lose it before you even get it in your account. But if you buy immediately a stock, then you're obligated to hold that stock for the next 2 or 3 days at least. So if you don't, you're going to be in violation, and you could get your account locked for 90 days. Most brokerages are going to do that because that is a real rule about that gentleman's agreement rule. So anyway, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's at 41, but you see how choppy it was during the day. If you go back out to the 5-day, and I don't understand why. I don't know why. I guess it's so you can see where it's choppy. It's been up and down today, but it went up, and I sold it as soon as I saw that I was green, and I made a decent chunk of change off of it. I'm like, I don't know if it's going to get any higher, and I just went ahead and got out. And I'm thinking, well, if it dips, if it gets back to like 1.8, 1.9, I'm probably going to buy back in. I'm going to hold it for the next spike. And I feel for you guys, if anybody's bought in at right here 4.1, and if it starts dropping, please don't just panic and sell. Hold on to this thing, because on the next news release, it may go even higher. It might hold a higher high and keep a higher low. So don't get emotional about it. Don't get emotional about your money. 90% of traders get emotional about their money, and that's how they're losing money. They sell at the wrong time. They sell when it's low, and you need to buy when it's low and sell when it's high, like I did. And this is just a prime example. If you go on out 5 years, this thing spiked several times. Okay, from 2018 it spiked. People probably sold out of this and got out of it, and then there's people that were sitting right here, and hopefully they held. Okay, and they had to wait, and during this period, people's probably trashing the stock on Twitter, saying, "Oh, this is junk. This ain't going nowhere." Don't listen to that stuff. Don't pay attention to that stuff. Hold on and wait for the next spike, because right here, from 2018, people that were up in here, if they were holding this, if they were left holding the bag, if they were smart and they held, they had another spike right here that hit a higher high where they made money if they held. And hopefully, I hope they did. I hope they did hold. I'm sure there's all kinds of Twitter tweets right in here that people were down in the stock. It always happens. Stock twits, Investors Hub, all these guys. They're ruthless, man. They'll trash a stock. But the next news release, they have another spike right here, and then they come down. This is when was this? This was in January. Okay, this is in January, and it come back down, and it probably, if you do the research and look, it was probably a news release or financials, and somebody was tweeting on Twitter, "Hey, look, they had a good quarter. This past year they released a good report for last quarter. This stock is fixing to hit the moon." Don't believe the 200, 500% stuff, because they don't know till people trade. Like I say, you don't know till people are buying in, till the investors buy in. Who's willing and what people's willing to pay for the stock is what's going to determine where the price goes. So these people have no idea where the stock's going. I really don't. If you're saying, I see that's going to hit 500%, they don't know. They really don't know. This stock could have just dropped and then dropped lower. You don't know. It could have went lower. It could have dropped lower. Kind of like what crypto's doing right now. If you've been watching, SHIB and Bitcoin's down on a big, new low, 27, I think. Was it 27? It may be lower than that. I've not looked at it today, but I think I heard something on the radio or something. I thought I heard 27 thousand, and it had been 70 last year, $70,000 a coin, and it's dropped down to 27. I mean, a big drop. How do you think those people feel? I'm thinking they're going to hold on because they're waiting. They're going to wait for it to go back up, and it will go back up. How high will it go? Nobody knows till people starts trading it. But it could go up to 100,000, like people have been predicting. So I mean, it's just a waiting game. It's just a patience, timing. Timing is very important. Okay, so these people got stuck here. This is a teachable moment, and I thought I'd talk about this. These people got stuck here. If they'd held, okay, and it's looking bad. You're going through this 2018, 2019. You're thinking this stock's never going to do anything. It's not doing anything. Then they release some news or some good financials saying, oh, this has been the best quarter we've had in years. Boom. It spikes up again. These guys here are selling now right here. If the smart ones had held, and they're making their money right here, okay? So these people that bought in up here at the top, tip top right here, the prices dropped. So they're kind of stuck in here. They're holding the bag, and it gets a little choppy right here. And there's some people's probably bought in up here at the top. It probably just panicked and sold and lost their money, took a loss. But you look at this right here, and it's up and down, and that's what stocks do. That's what they do over time. But if you're patient, okay, this next spike is another higher high. This is another higher high right here. So, and then it comes back down again. And this one's not quite, this is 041. It's a little higher than what it was here. Okay, so people that were here are probably hoping it's going to hold its price and go on up, and I think it has potential. It can do that because look at this. When it spiked, you got a higher low here, but then it did trade sideways and slowly come down because, like I said, people were probably down it in Twitter, and people started believing all the tweets. Then it spikes again. So the people that might have bought back in after this, these guys that sold up here, they probably waited. If you were smart and you went in and you sold up here at this peak right here, and then the price is dropping, you're watching it and you're like, okay, somewhere in here, and you don't know where the bottom's going to be, but you know it's down lower than what you sold out of it at. And this is what swing traders do. Okay, this is what swing traders are doing. So you buy down here when it's back down low again. Okay, and then news gets released, or they release good financials, something that gets people excited about it again. And then all the people that's believing all the excitement, getting all excited, is buying in here and driving the price up, and then you sell out again and you make another profit. And then it comes back down. You buy back in down here in the low again. Some more news comes out. It comes up again, another higher high. I mean, that's how people are making money in the stock. That's how you make money in the stock market. You got to ride the waves. You could go buy low, sell high. I know everybody out here has heard that before I even started the channel. I heard that when I was in college. I took accounting. I'm an IT person. I took computer courses and stuff, and I took accounting. And in accounting, I had a professor that told me that he told the class, he did a lecture on the class, and he told everybody exactly how to make money. He said, if you guys just sit and wait, you go in and you find companies that look like, you look at what the company is, you look at the changes that's going on in society. He said, if you take like the cell phones and stuff, and these new startups for cell phones and all this new technology, Apple, all this new technology stuff, 10 years, 20 years from now, that's going to be worth a fortune to you if you buy in while the stock is low. That's exactly what he told us. And he told exactly what I'm telling you now about buying low, watching these charts, watching where the spikes are, waiting for the dips, go back, buy in. And you can do that with everyday stocks. People are doing that with Apple. They're doing that with Amazon. They're doing that with Ford. What was the other one I told you guys about? Gush was down to $18 a share. I bought in, and I've told everybody. I said this stock will be $100 again. I said this is an oil stock. We're changing presidents. I said the price is going to be going up. I think I made this video right around election time. I said this price will go up. The price is going to go up. We're right in the middle of elections, and right after elections, it's going to go back up again. It hit $100, and I got out and I made money on it. Now, a lot of people are doing calls and options, doing calls and puts on that stock. And if you watch on Gush, the highs and lows on it, it has a pattern. It's going to go up for a while, and then it's going to come down for a while. And it's going to go up for a while, and then it's going to come down for a while. And that's what all stocks do. You got to recognize there's a pattern going on. Tim Sykes. I've got into Tim Sykes. I subscribed to him for a good while, and he tells the truth. I mean, these stocks, it's dependent on the hype, on the excitement of the stock, the people that's interested in the stock, the buyers, is what's determining the price of the stock, and that's all he does. He'll watch for a spike. He'll run a report and he'll find something that's up 5%, and he uses. And I have subscribed to Stocks to Trade. I don't have a subscription right now because I'm backing off on doing risk because I'm getting close to retirement. So I'm toning down. I'm getting a little more moderate in my trading. But they look for stock spikes. It's what's up 5% on the day, and then they watch it, and they've got to hook into Twitter where Stocks to Trade will pull in the Twitter tweets, the top tweets about what they're tweeting, what they're saying it is. You got another little tab. It'll show you the news that's been released about the stocks. And all you're doing is click on each of them, the spikes, and all that stuff starts popping up on there. And there's different price packages that you could buy in that depends on what information you get. But anyway, and this is not a paid advertisement for Stocks to Trade or Tim Sykes, but I'm telling you that stuff works, but it is a very risky way to invest your money. But you can get more gains by taking more risk. You can really get more gains by taking more risk, but you got to realize you can lose money actually a lot quicker than you can make it. It's not easy. It's all in timing. So you're in here. The price, you sell up here at the top, price comes back down, you wait for some more news, and most of these guys watch the same stocks. They get hooked on one stock, they see that it's got a pattern, that it's developed a pattern, and you watch it, and you watch for the news and pay attention to what the stock's doing. You can make money off of it. So you can do the same thing with Apple, you can do the same thing with Amazon, Ford, any of these guys. It's been IBM, any of them. AT&T, people short AT&T, people do calls, they do puts on AT&T. There's all kinds of people trade on AT&T. And the other thing about some of the stocks, like I've talked about in the past too, is they pay dividends. But anyway, this one was a wait. I've been in it for over a year. I had to sit on it, and I've watched people tweet and trash this thing left and right, and you can't give in to that and think, oh man, if I don't sell now, I'm going to lose it all. No, when you sell, you're losing it. Wait until the next spike, until the next news release, until the next financial report. If it's a good report, it gets out on Global News Wire or whatever, and people see it. It's going to get in people's attention. Oh, this is the best quarter that we've had in the past 2 or 3 years. And people get excited. Oh, this stock's doing real well. I'm going to get into this stock. And they start buying, and that's what's driving the price up. So, I mean, you just got to be patient. Keep control of your emotions, okay? Don't get that fear, oh, I'm going to lose it all. That's why you want to trade with money that if you lose it, okay, it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to bankrupt you. Just trade with some money that you don't. If you lose it, okay, I lost it. I mean, this is like gambling. It really is. It can be like gambling, like going to the casino and you're playing blackjack or you're playing roulette. I mean, sometimes the stocks don't do what you want them to do. But if you find a good one that's going to spike like this one on different periods, and these three spikes right here are not. I mean, these were closer together than the first spike back here. This one was a longer wait, but this spike after this one, this was a shorter wait to this spike. And then this one was just a little longer, but it still wasn't as long as this wait. So again, I'm not telling you to buy into this stock. I'm just trying to open people's eyes on what you need to watch, what you need to look for when you're trading some of these stocks. And they're going to go up and down. If the stocks keep in the financials, again, this is what makes me feel good about this stock. They are pink and current. They don't have a skull and crossbones or anything. They are releasing financials regularly. They are doing everything that they are supposed to do to keep themselves current. So that should make you feel good. When you see that in one of these stocks, that should make you feel good about investing in the stock. If they're releasing news on a regular basis, releasing financials on time, they have a Twitter account. They may not tweet every day. They may not tweet every week. They may not tweet every month, but maybe every 2 or 3 months they'll release a tweet or something, because they may not have anything to say to tell people. They may not have any news, and they're focused on doing their business, doing what they're supposed to do. So you may not see a tweet till they say, "Oh, I'm fixing to come out with a new product," or and maybe the research, the research department has to go out and test before they won't even release it. And they may not even want to give their competition an edge as to what they're fixing to do before they release a product. So that being said, as long as they're releasing, they're staying current, they have an active Twitter account, and just look at the chart and see what they're doing. So it closed at 41. It's going to be interesting to see what it does tomorrow. I don't know. It might come back down. I'm thinking if it comes back down, it may come back down to around 3 or 2.5 to start out with. It may not come down any lower. If it's going to hold its price, I like to see it hold it around 4. I really would. If it could hold its price around 4, if it's going to hold its price around 4, you may hit pennies within the next 6 months, maybe. If they continually keep releasing news and their financials, their financials reporting, the SEC and everything is positive, I wouldn't be surprised for it to hit maybe a penny to a nickel or maybe a dime or something over time. It might not do it overnight. It might have a slow climb like this going up. But yeah, I mean, this is a good day. I mean, like I said, I was seeing rumors on Twitter about they were going to have a reverse merger, and they released news back in October about a company, and then bam, I bought in. I'm like, I'm just going to sit on it and see what happens, because they're keeping themselves current. I'm like, they're doing something. They're keeping themselves current. They're not dead. They're not letting themselves go dead like Blue Spear did. Blue Spear just kind of quit reporting stuff and just, I don't know, they just went dark. So they're not dark, and to me that's a positive thing. What will happen, I don't know. Only time will tell. Like I said, they're at 4-1. I'm going to give them a week or so, because I got to let my money settle. I actually do have money I could buy back in, that's been sitting in there for a while. I could buy back in if it starts trending back up, but I'm not going to spend enough where I'm into what I just made off of them. But if they look like they're going to trend on up and start getting the penny land, I'll probably be back in it pretty quick. Now, if they drop, I'm going to see if they keep dropping, or I'm going to wait if they I'm going to see if they're going to trade sideways like this right here. And it'll get choppy, but it might trade sideways. If it drops down a little bit and starts trading sideways, I'll probably get in after it's trading sideways. I'll get in one of the dips as it comes down, and then just kind of sit on it and wait for the next news release, see what else happens. But anyway, I mean, this is a good example on how a lot of people, like I said, you can do that with any stock. You can do that with Amazon, you can do that with Ford, with Chevrolet, BP, you know, was a big, I think around 2010. They had that oil spill, and I mean, everybody was dumping that stock. That price dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped. And a buddy of mine called me up and said, "You need to buy you some BP." And I said, "Why?" I said, "Why?" I said, it's going down. They got this bad news. Yeah, but they're going to clean up. They're going to work on cleaning up. They're going to bounce back, and they've been around so long. They're not going to let their stock die, and they're not going to let their company die. They are a household name." He said they are going to be here. So we bought back in, and I mean, it did. It come back up. All stock does that. It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it down. And you can't listen to these people that start this negative stuff, because they will talk you, all the bad tweets and stuff will talk you into taking a loss on the stock. And I don't want to see anybody take a loss on the stock. Be patient. Wait for the next news release. Now, some of these stocks, though, like ELTZ, it just kind of disappeared. I've lost money on it. I've done a previous video. You can look it up in my video list. ELTZ, they had a government contract. They were going to make electric submarines for was it electric or nuclear? I can't remember. They had a contract. They had a Twitter account. They went they went dark. They got behind. Let their quit putting out their financials. They quit reporting to the SEC. They went dark. SEC yanked the ticker because nobody was reporting on the ticker, and it was a elite. ELTC was the name. You can look it up in my videos. You'll see it. And I forget. I lost a pretty good chunk of money on that because I really thought that was going to go somewhere. I thought, with the government contracts, they're probably good for the next 5-10 years if they got a government contract. They just disappeared. That might have been a scam. That might have been a con. Might have been why it disappeared so quick. But you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, because there are bad apples out there trying to con people out of their money and doing this stuff. And the SEC tries to crack down on some of this stuff. But now, when you see they're pink, and they're releasing stuff timely, look, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. So the end of 2022, they should, December 2022, look, they're releasing on time. The dates are the same. That should make you feel good about the stock. So look at the signs. Do your own research. Look into what the company's all about. Do you believe in what the product and what they're doing? I mean, is it something that you think it's going to do? I mean, make your own decision about it. Don't buy it because I tell you about it. I'm just trying to teach you something, trying to teach some people, especially somebody trying to start into this. I'm just an old man from East Tennessee talking about stocks, and just don't take anybody's word about, oh, this is going to go 500% to the moon. This is going to be $200 in about 5 years. It'll be a $200 stock. You don't know. They don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows what this stock's going to go to. But I do know that they were up 125% today. Right here. Right here's the receipts. Right here's the receipts. So, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this. Let's go ahead and look at this. So they were talking about a letter of intent to acquire Premier. They were going to acquire But I think what happened was that fell through, and the Republic of South Africa Medical Marijuana Dispensaries Acquisitions LLC. Boy, it's a long RSAMMDA LLC completes acquisition of Protex. So instead of Protex buying Premier Vodka, this marijuana company bought them out. They worked out a deal with them, acquired them. This company's already done the research on the marijuana and stuff, and the other has their processing stuff and probably a distribution center, and that's probably why they did the acquisition, to get the distribution centers. But Johannesburg, South Africa, June 13, 2022, Global Newswire. That's the main thing too. The news gets on the main news outlets, the stock news outlets. Republic of South Africa Medical Marijuana Dispensaries Acquisitions is pleased to announce that it has closed on the acquisition of Protex Mobility, OTC Pink, TXTM, aka Protex Pharma, in share exchange, whereby 100% of capital stock in RSA MMDA LLC will be exchanged for preferred. That's rare, folks. This is rare that you get a 100% one-for-one trade-off for the stock between tickers. Capital stock will be exchanged for preferred stock in Protex. All right, I'm not going to say that. But that is jointly owned company focused on acquisitions with two principals of Mr. Dylan Du Ploy and Dr. Ahmed Jamaluddin. I hope I pronounced that right. I might have messed it up. I'm not trying to get sued. I've never heard his name pronounced, but anyway, I did the best I can. Who represent the South African business entities of RSA MMD and leads Bordery. Yeah, I'm tongue-tied on that one. As a South African pioneer in the research, cultivation, production, distribution of medical cannabis and cannabinoids, leads Bordery. All right, let's not get hung up on that. Controlled by DJ. Dr. J owns the 5,000 hectare Newcastle farm. That's a big farm. A 5,000 hectare. That's huge. As well as federally issued cannabis and hemp licenses issued by the government of South Africa. So this is big. This could get big. But time will tell. Time will tell. So I'm going to leave you guys the links, let you read up on this. I thought I'd mention this. I'm going to rip my cords out. This has been a long day. I work a public job, and then I do this. I see something that crosses my mind, and I'll make a video about it. But yeah, it's been a long, tiring day, and tomorrow's another day. And boy, it's hot. It's been hot in East Tennessee. But anyway, I'll give you guys, links so you can check this out. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm hoping it's going to hold its price. I'm hoping it's going to hold its price. Right here, if you look at the 5-day, it looks like it's going to try to hold its price and be choppy. I hope it trades. If it trades sideways like this for a while, I think it's going to hold this higher price. It's going to be around 3 or 4. Okay, it might get down to 25. It might get 25 at the lowest if it drops. But I'm hoping if it can hold this price throughout the week, and they release more news about maybe they come out with new products or what have you, or maybe they'll say, we're considering, we're going to try to get on NASDAQ, we're try to sell or try to give investors dividends, or any kind of news, any kind of positive news about the stock, it could cause it to go on up, and it'll be instantly, it'll be 5 cents, be a dime, it could be 20 cents, it could be 25 cents. We shall see. We shall see. I'm going to sit and wait. Like I said, if it drops, if it drops in the week, or in this week or whatever, maybe by the end of the week I may be back in at 25 or 35 or something if the price goes down. If it holds, if I see it's going to hold it's going to have a pretty good hold and start trade sideways for a while, I may jump back into maybe next week and wait and see if it comes up again, comes up a little more. We'll see. I'm gonna wait and see where it's going though. I'm gonna see where the momentum is going, because first of the day it had momentum, and you can see right here these bars are getting smaller and smaller as the day progressed. But look, the price is still, it's way up there from what it was. It's still 125%, folks. People, if you bought in October and held it from last October until now, you could have doubled your money in just six months or so. Well, a little more than 6 months, I guess, about eight to 10 months. But you probably would have wanted been when the rumors, like I did, if you get in when the rumors started on Twitter. But again, it could have not happened. The deal could have fell through, but they worked it out. The acquisitions happened. They're given a 1-to-1 stock ratio between the two stocks. I think this stock's going to be here for a while. What is it going to do? I don't know. Only time will tell. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. I appreciate it. I know I've slowed down. It's just the stock market's just been crazy, down low, it's just bear. This is just a bear market right now. I mean, the prices on stocks is just drop, and crypto's down. It's just depressing to just sit there and watch. You just got to get away from it and do something. Like I get out with my dogs and stuff and get it off my mind. You just got to hold on to it and wait for the next spike. Just wait for the next spike. Just like I said. Look at how the stocks are doing. Look at that movement. It's a moving target. You don't know what it's going to do. You just got to sit back and wait for the right time to sell. It's a waiting game is what it is. You got to be patient. It's a game. It's a marathon. As Tim Sykes says, it's a marathon. Sometimes you just got to sit back and got to watch the price of the stock, see what it's doing, and wait for get the time right. Just get the time right when you get in and get out. So anyway, that being said, be careful. I hope everybody's profitable. Have a profitable week. Keep a roof over your head. Keep food on the table. Keep your electricity on. Keep clothes on those children. You can't let your children run around naked. They'll get cold in the wintertime. But anyway, I hope everybody has a good week. I'm going to keep it on this stock. I just wanted to mention this. This is just like I've made a video in the past on this. I've been in this for a good while. So anyway, everybody just have a good week, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye. Bella's got to be right up under me, don't you, Bella? Oh my word. Cloudy day, looks like it may rain. Clouds out over the valley. East Tennessee Valley. And Bella, she's just happy to be around.